Welcome everybody to this episode of Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with
Tio spoke.
you're gonna have to extend that a little bit because
Uncle
Damon is
Spoke, Uncle Spoke
missing.
coming at you on the red eye from Detroit, and carrying on and such. No, what's up with you, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, uh, like to say one day I'm gonna Google it or chat it, but I'm fair to Midland because I got different explanations of it. So I want to see what's the most consistent of it. You feel me saying? And chat, well, it's chat. I call it chat, but guys in the comments, if you know what it means, fair to Midland, can you put it up there so we can see? Okay, how was your day today, brother?
It was good, man. It was good. It was Friday, so I didn't really have a lot at work to do today, man. I put a bow on a couple of things, man, and got out of there at a decent time. And got home, man, and went to park, and my wife's motorcycle was on the side in the park in the parking lot, man. The wind had blown it over.
Oh, okay.
Man, I was like, damn. Just thinking about how we trying to figure out a way to get rid of that song.
I got you. It's still running, right?
Oh, I don't know. I don't shit. I don't
I
know.
got you.
I just live them when it fall over. That's all I do.
No doubt. Would you say you're the labor?
Yeah, yeah. I'm the pick it up nigga. Go out there and pick it up, nigga.
Hey,
Show.
welcome to this episode, Keith Barnes. How you doing today? How's your day?
Oh man, I'm doing awesome. The day's still going, but I'm doing awesome. Out here rocking and rolling.
They
Oh
still
yeah,
go.
they still got look. Just let everybody know Keith Barnes is incognito today. You know what I'm
That's it.
saying? He don't like people looking at him when he's making money.
That's it.
So but
Darkness is.
he's been on here enough that everybody know what he looks like. Well, welcome to you, sir. We appreciate you coming on.
Let me tell you.
All right, all right.
Hey,
In the words of Rick James, darkness is spreading. Darkness.
Damon, how you doing today, brother?
Man, I'm blessed, man. Spent the time with my grandbaby today, man. You know, me and her kicked it. She talked about her expectations and how I need to be around, man, to make sure that come to fruition. And I said, okay, I understand.
He
You
said
know, so
expectations. Okay, I had to repeat
so I got to live up to that, brother.
There
that.
you go.
Yeah,
Starting from 4 years old beyond.
no doubt, no doubt. All right, well, look, let's start this like we should always start it. Do a little bit of housekeeping. It's a Strong Perspective podcast. Um, and like you, ladies and gentlemen, you wonderful ladies and gentlemen, please go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate your patronage. Just build our numbers up because we like it when our numbers are built. That's all it is to it. You know what I'm saying? I love the attention, guys. What about you? Y'all like the attention? Because I do. You know,
Absolutely.
this is a form of peacocking. You know what I'm saying? Look at me shine. I'm gonna tell you, Jaquan, you were the one person who consistently used that term that made me say, you know what, I like that. You know, because we heard it when we was young, right? But look, I'm gonna tell you the story, Damon. Jaquan had moved down here and he was going to Central, and he had this canary yellow golfing shirt, nice shirt, but canary yellow, it's energized, right?
Yeah.
And I said something just to pick with him. You know what I mean? I thought it was a nice shirt, but you know how brothers do. Look at you, look at
Co-
you. You-
Cosmopolitan.
Yeah, yeah. You quite said, Chief, you ain't gonna sign on my peacocking. This is what I'm gonna do. I want a peacock. I'm a peacock.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could not say nothing after that. You know what I'm saying?
And
Uh,
back then, I said I ain't know too many big dudes who can pull off them pretty colors like that. I could do that. I still got a pretty good game going. Yeah.
that's what's up.
I hear you, bro.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Hey, you know what you should have told him? What about me? What about mine? What about my needs? What about what I'm supposed to
Money.
have?
Look, this boy from Kentucky, one of my ex teammates, God bless his soul, Chip Watkins. You know, when somebody would give him problems or something like that, he'll look at us. He said, "Hey, partner, why don't you go ahead and do your time? Let me do my time. You do your time."
Do your thing, bro. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But look,
Hey Key, hey Key,
yeah,
oh boy, remember oh boy, I brought up the pit with me,
Stacy.
Stacy. Every time Stacy make a mistake on the court, you look at you say, "Don't worry about me. Worry about you.
That's it.
I got me."
I got me. I am under control.
Man, he
You
used to
know what
have
I
me
mean?
rolling when he did that. I got me. Are you sure about you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, look, I want to ask you guys' opinion about this. Keith, you're a single man, and you know we three are married, but this applies to every man and every woman too. So, ladies, if you're watching this, could you give us your opinion in the comments? Because we definitely appreciate it. I think these are both old, but they're relevant. The first example was I was watching The Pivot with Ryan Clark and all those and those brothers, right?
Right.
I like Fred Taylor, man. I kind of watch it for Fred Taylor because Fred Taylor got a lot of sense. Ryan does too, but Ryan loves that power. Shannon, Shannon wants to be freak master, whatever. You know what I mean? Even though he has good sense, sometimes he just be going overboard. But that's neither here nor there. Um, they was commenting on something that they seen where a man was mad at his wife, and I'm assuming that they've been together for a period of time between 5 and 10 years. And he's the main breadwinner. So his wife stay at home. He took care of all the bills. He did everything he was supposed to do because that's his choice. He's a man. That's what he's gonna do, right? He mistakenly found out that his wife had a account, a checking account. We get you when you come back, Danny. She had a checking account, Corey, with that he didn't know nothing about, and he was wondering. He's like, man, what's the deal with this? And he asked her, and I think this is when he got upset. You know, everybody, it's always a given that the woman always has a next thing. Woman always has a next thing. You know what I'm saying? But he asked his wife, he said, hey, why don't you tell me about this? And what is this account? What are you getting? He said, I made this money offline. And then the thing she said next, he had problems with. He said, this money is mine. and it's just in case we get divorced. Now, to really, before I give it to you guys to set it up, they had no problem. I guess in a normal family, right? They had no problem. But to hear his wife say, "Oh, this is just in case of, oh no, no," the combination of she hid it from him, right, and also telling him this just in case we get divorced. He was upset about that. Now, my question to you guys, and I'll start with myself real quick. What do you feel about that? How would you feel, and what do you feel about that? So, me personally, we in the black community, we've always been conditioned that our mothers and our sisters and with their families and aunts and grandmothers always had that rainy day money, right? That most of the time their husband didn't know nothing about. So I could deal with that. It's insulting, but I could deal with that. You feel me? Because I've been conditioned to know that's probably what a woman would do. But if my wife said to me, just in case we get divorced, I would think that she was real arrogant in saying that, and borderline disrespectful. Because as far as I know, we having a beautiful time together. I'm paying the bills, and love is love. You feel what I'm saying?
You're having a beautiful time. Apparently, it's iffy for her.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, but
in the nutshell, that's where I would have a problem with. But go ahead, Jaquan.
I mean, I would be upset at first, but I mean, seriously, that's probably the best favor she could have did because I mean, she kind of like, and when she said what she said, I mean, if you stay there, then you gotta understand what you gotta understand the playing field, and you gotta figure out whether or not you want to even that playing field. Now is it petty for you to do things behind her back or save money behind her back? No, I mean fair exchange ain't no robbery because she established that.
Yeah, yeah.
She established that. Now if she ain't working and he is, you know, do we, do we cut her off? Does he squirrel away, part of his money that he would, does he cut her money in half or allowance?
Hmm.
Does he cut that in half and keep it for himself? Because that's fair game now. He can do
Yeah.
that.
So
You know,
hold on for 1 second, Jaquan. Let me just remember this one little caveat in which this man, I was 50-50, understanding that there's both situations apply, right? But this man, he compared it to her having this secret account is like him having a side piece. So he compared the secret account with him having a side piece. If she can have the secret account, then I should be able to have a side piece. So that kind of told me, and I'm giving you the gist of it, but it kind of showed me, well, damn, y'all might have been having problems, and you was on that bullshit to even think about that. Go ahead and finish your quarry, and Damon, if you want to go, you can go.
yeah. I mean, instead of looking at it, as as an integrity issue, which a lot of men probably would, you know, he might need to see it as an opportunity. I mean, prep work is good both ways.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that he should leave or I mean, but he should definitely feel a little bit freer to do some of the things that he wants, some of the things that he's been sacrificing. I think it's he's got the right to go out and get and pursue those things now.
But Jaquan, if he's gonna say that, he was probably already doing that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying,
How do you how do you compare the two? That's all I'm saying.
you can't. I mean, because I know
Yeah,
he got he's got some kind of unacceptable shit on his hands as far as she's concerned.
yeah.
So some shit that's damn near a deal breaker for for her.
I got,
You
I
know.
got.
But once you start making those comparisons, man, you know you might as well draw the papers up.
Yeah, I would have rolled with him all the way with that thing I told you I had a problem with until he said that dumb shit. You know what I'm
So
saying?
so because I didn't hear that last part you said about him. He had a side piece.
What he said was he compared her having the private account as him and the side piece.
So he didn't actually do it. He just made it a comparison.
Well, he put it out there when he made it the comparison. It kind of, you know what I'm saying? It kind of, I'm like, whoa, bro, what the hell?
I mean, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know
It
what I'm
don't make
saying?
any sense, man.
Yeah, but go ahead and finish, man.
No, all I'm saying is this, man. Okay, what we have to understand as men is that women they like that by nature, and I'm not saying in a slick way. It's just you know what I'm saying. Especially if they got kids together, you know what I'm saying. They all about the women all about the future. I need to take care of this unless in case this doesn't pan out or whatever. That's just a natural inclination, man, as far as they're concerned. But if there's maliciousness behind it, and she understands he has a side piece and whatever, then whoever, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? What's the argument? You know? But that said, if it's all above board and she has that mentality, and when hard times hit, and she say, well, hey baby, I've been saving this up just in case
Mm,
to make us right, then I'm not mad at her because she was saving. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at her because she was, setting money aside just in case. I'm saying she had foresight in that aspect. I can't hear you, bro. You
I can hear you.
no, I wasn't talking to you, bro. I was letting you finish. Somebody was talking to me.
oh listen, man. I've been with mine for 41 years, man. It's been times when I didn't have it and she came through. I didn't ask. Well, damn, where all this come from? It was on time, bro.
Right,
It was on time.
He said,
right.
thirsty man ain't gonna he'll get that water.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't want the castle to crumble. You feel
Yeah,
what I'm saying? You don't want the castle to crumble because when you're thinking about the castle as a whole, that involves everybody.
that's real.
And if she kicks in on the right time, I'm not thinking about the reasons. Maybe, hey, I'm holding out because you might not be the right one. But when shit starts to crumble, and she shows up and make it happen, then I don't think about that. I'm like, okay, we good
Hmm.
now.
Hmm.
We at least from the point go in terms of moving forward. Now you can be in your feelings, you holding out. You know what I'm saying? With her mindset might be, I ain't questioning your trick money.
Listen, listen. Hey, look, I'm trying to be funny when I say this, but if my
I'm
car
being
get
funny too, bro.
if my car get repossessed and you hold, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm pissed.
Man,
What you
Well,
gonna
if
do,
your car get
baby?
Key,
as
What you
many
if
gonna
your car get repossessed, if your car get repossessed, and y'all have a conversation, and she say, "I told you to sock this money away because we struggling, and you supposed to put a percentage of that to the side, and you did,
no, see,
and
you
you
adding
didn't."
on. Look what you're doing.
I'm
You're
not
adding
adding on
on, bro.
anything. I'm talking about
You are.
man,
circumstantial, man.
hey man, look,
You,
as many
no, you adding on.
as many times,
I'm talking
man,
about circumstantial.
I got
as many times as I done broke all the bread
you. Uh-huh.
that was available to me,
Yeah.
and no, absolutely not, absolutely not. But that being said, you know, the only time I ask about her account is when I'm trying to argue. Any other time, I mean, I don't give a fuck. I know she
No
got it.
doubt. No doubt. Chief, you're the single man of the crew. What is your perspective of it?
Yeah, what's interesting about that? I've actually experienced it. It was two times, I was all in, and these particular two times.
Can you get a little closer? Or I know you're driving,
Yeah,
but
I can
Okay,
barely hear.
okay, is that better?
it's a little better.
Let's see. Okay, how about that?
Yes, sir.
I can hear
Okay,
you.
all right. Yeah, I was gonna say I've experienced that. Um, was in a relationship, and we she's living with me, and then when I was paying everything, and she started when she got really solid, then she started getting what's that
Pissy?
ambitious. Yeah, she
Pissy?
started getting ambitious. Yes, so she was talking junk, and it started like carefree, like running up bills and things. That was back when you had a long distance call. You had to, all that stuff was going on. So
Mm.
anyway, when we split up, she immediately went and bought a. She went and bought a double wide.
Wow.
She'd been sitting on the money.
Mm.
So my whole point was, and I mean, she would go shopping, so she was looking good and everything. Didn't have money to go, and buy her place. So I won't bitter about that because I understood that. I said, well, okay, well at least she ain't leave the way she showed. So
Yeah,
she
I
did
got
do something with the money. But
you. I got
I think what a lot of us will do, or in that situation, I don't know, man. I would have. The thing that get me is the fact she said that out, that that's what it was for, in
you. Yeah,
case we get a divorce.
yeah.
That put a whole new stink on it. You just said this is for emergencies. Something happened, and I need an emergency or something, just say emergency and leave it at that. But when you go up there and say this is what this is for, in case we get a divorce, and then I'm not sure if she ain't gonna help using it to help the situation, and I've been alone the whole time, I'm gonna be looking at her kind of different,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
also I'm gonna adjust my program. I'm gonna start
You have
stacking.
to.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Of
You,
course, you're gonna go to the place where you feel like, man, I was slipping.
yeah,
You gonna come. You gonna come to that point where, man, I was slipping. You know what I'm saying? I should have been on point with this and on point with that. It only makes a difference, man, if you are out of the equation, bro. Is my point.
Yeah,
yeah. That's what it sounds like. That he was
If
out of
you
the
out,
equation.
if you out of the equation, then it's detrimental. It's not a good thing. But if it's something to give you a leg up and say, well, hey, babe, you go to a lady and say, hey, babe, I was pissed off, but I'm glad you saved that money. We good now.
yeah,
Then that's something different, bro.
Yeah, it's coming from especially when you're in a place of love. See, Damien, I see you're looking at the angle. she's in love with you, and she's not. There's not a selfish act of what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? But I look at his scenario where there's some animosity for him to share it with the world first and freaking foremost, putting it online.
That's
He said,
number
you know
one
what? I might
issue.
as well make some money off this, and then I'm gonna put you on blast at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And then what pushed me a little close, not agreeing with her, but what sobered me up is this man compared to her having an account with him having a side chick. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what?
Well,
Yeah,
one
that
is
was
I
just
know
that was just a
one
he should have
bad
kept
choice.
that to himself. Right. He
one
just
That was
kept
just
that
a
to
one
bad
himself.
analogy, man.
one is she's
Because
saving,
she
he's
probably
spending.
peeped hey Keith, she probably peeped that game in the first place. That's why she started storing away money. Okay, that's how we doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that could
yeah,
be
You
it.
know? I mean, there is that side of it. You know what I'm saying? But
I
what
get
makes
that.
but at the end of the day, what makes you whole? What makes your family whole?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I, I know
If
my brother.
she's about that, then you can't be too mad.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, how can you know if she's truly about that when she applied this bit of this bit of deception already? I mean, it's just it's an absolutely selfish act.
It is.
It is.
It's an
It
absolutely
is.
selfish act, and it's deceptive. It is deceptive. Doesn't matter how wide the practice is. Doesn't matter, what snappy words you can fit into air quotes or whatever. It's deceptive.
But what if this is just a devil advocate question, man? What if you want to control the person and control the situation and say, hey man, I got control over this stuff and whatever, and you basically not on top of your shit. And then all of a sudden, this situation comes up where y'all in distress, in dire straits, and she said, "Well, you know what? I knew you thought that this way. I didn't want to step on your toes, but we got this nest egg over here where we can get out of this hole and shit."
Yeah, but
Do
see,
you still
that's,
have the same attitude?
I mean, because you're speaking from a place of love, though, brother. You know what I'm saying? She loves you, so she's gonna tell you, "I'm bailing you out." But see, that's what I'm saying is, you got a good wife, man, because you can't even you can't even fathom her not letting you know what's going on because she has a history of like, yo, look, this is what we got. You know what I mean? This
No.
man was
What I
totally
have a history of,
flabbergasted.
what I have a history of, and I think this is what most men struggle with when they think they're a man taking care of business. What I have a history of is that when I was struggling and I wasn't able to come through, that I told you so came into play. You know what I'm saying?
Woo!
And that fucks with your ego. Excuse my
Oh
language, but
no,
that
no,
messes
no,
with your
no doubt,
ego.
no doubt, no doubt.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Now, is she wrong by saying I told you so and still come through? Say, hey man, this is things that we need to work with together. But you wasn't hearing me. But now you got your head cracked. I came through. Are you how you gonna take that? You know
Oh
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Do
if you
do
got
do
sick,
do do you be humble in that regard?
you fucking right. If you got sick, you'll be humble
Right. If you
because
got
if she
sense, you
trying
be humble.
look, if she trying to tell you, hey man, look, you know this going like look, the example you just gave, this getting ready to fall the fuck through. You know, watch yourself, and
May,
then
may,
it fall through.
may I
But
play
what
devil's advocate?
but
No, hold on, let you quiet. Go ahead, Jaquan.
May I play devil's advocate?
Go ahead, man.
Okay, if this woman stole money from you in the first place, what on God's green earth makes you think that she's going to pull through with your money at clutch time?
But
Exactly.
That's
no,
not.
no,
It's not going to happen.
he's
It's
speaking
not
from a
going to
place
you
of
happen.
love, bro. This is
you,
what I'm saying. He's already
Oh
you said
yeah.
you said stole money. Now that's a
no, no,
whole
no,
different.
no, no, no. That
Mm,
right there. I want you to elaborate. And
Right.
Damon, Chief, we want to hear this elaboration. What do you mean by stole from me?
It's stolen money. I mean, is this man? He's bringing all his checks home. He's the only one generating income in the house. He has expectations for every single penny of his paycheck, and more than likely he's expecting her to be on top of that. But she's cutting corners or whatever, and she's not doing it for the betterment of the household. She's doing it to build her nest egg. So my question to you again is, if she's stealing this man's money in clutch time, what on earth makes you think she's going to come through? What's going to happen is it's going to be one more dream, one more of his dreams is going to be deferred because she ain't relinquishing that. She's not giving that up because in her
That's
mind,
different.
in her
That's
mind,
different, bro.
she's done things to, she's done questionable things to do to build that money.
Yeah, no, no,
That's a
he's
that's a malicious act, bro.
no,
That's
but see,
malicious right
Yeah,
there.
what he's doing the same thing you did. What he's altering it to make a point. That's all. That's what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He might not disagree with you. He's just saying, you know how you said when I said it's coming from a place of love. Well, Jaquar is speaking from his perception of a place of safetyness because he said she stole from him. You know what I'm saying? Even though
That's different, bro.
even though the man willingly gave her the money, but you did set it up, Jaquar, when you said to keep account by the penny what goes where and how it goes. So this is how you feel like you stole. Keith,
and
do you
that
have a comment on that?
Yeah, my comment is that it's the obvious thing is that he's not a team player as far as if they married. That shouldn't even be an option. That should be an automatic. Of course, it's nothing wrong with setting aside a nest egg in case you split up or whatever. But if the man loses a job or something like that happens, that's the equivalent of that. Use that money to kick in, to kick in. So
Hold on for a second, Keith. I think you're going through a rough spot because
it
yeah.
goes. I
can
was
you hear us,
always
Keith? You're gonna have to start
oh
over. You went through a little rough patch
yeah,
about 30
yeah, can you
seconds
hear me?
ago. We can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that better?
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying that she's not being, not this is my understanding. You're in a marriage, even if you're setting the money aside for just in case something goes south, something. If you're not, you still have to use that money to help the man out if he lost his job. So if you're not gonna, then you're not married. You you a leech.
Yeah,
You a
look,
leech.
roommates
And
with benefits. No.
And
Here's what's
yeah,
crazy.
I think you also have to consider, man, that that nest egg money. That's the money she gonna have to give mama when things get tight for mama. And you know what I mean. That's the money she gonna have to help out her sisters with.
and that's where my grand
And she got to have plenty of it.
So you out of the equation
yeah,
there, huh?
Yeah. So
yeah,
yeah.
so and my grandmother used to always say, tell us that don't treat wives, quit treating girlfriends like wives. So that's what I was talking about earlier. That I remember that, so that kept me from being really bitter about it. I
Mm.
said, don't treat girlfriends like wives because that kind of thing will happen. They'll walk out on you in any minute. So can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We heard. We heard you.
Oh, okay.
We're,
So yeah,
oh,
what'd you say?
no, go ahead, Keith.
No, I was gonna say this. You remember the what was that quote I had read that time? I'll paraphrase it, where it said, "Don't expect mother's love from a wife." It said everything that your mother does for you for you. It's for your survival. Everything your wife does is for her and or your children's survival for you. So
I,
when you were saying earlier, it's natural for them to do that. I agree with that.
yeah, I think. Go ahead. Scoop.
Here's where things get crazy, man. Just speaking along the lines where Jaquari was coming from. If
Mhm.
you in your house, right, and you paying late bills on the gas and the electric and all that stuff, and you're not able to cover that, right? You got to pay late fees and all that stuff, and it mess with your credit. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you got to put the utilities in your kids' name. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother. That's something totally different, bro.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Mhm.
something totally different, especially if they stealing money
Survival mode there.
and
Yeah.
messing up your credit at the same time in the house that you're living in to provide heat, water, and electricity. That's a
Mm.
whole nother level with that, bro.
You
You know what I'm saying?
supposed to do that. You the man.
You can't do that, man, if your credit line messed up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Because
hey, go ahead and
what it
finish up, Ben, and then I got a little segue. We got this segue moment. I want to go to the next
go ahead
topic.
with the segue. I'm just saying, if you can, if your credit line get messed up with the gas company, what you gonna do?
Yeah, especially
You
in
know
the
what I'm
state of
saying?
Michigan. Especially in the state of Michigan. Gas is it gas and water mixed or is it gas and electricity?
Hey, and then you have a child, and when they get old enough to have their own spot, they talk about what you mean? What you mean? My credit line is messed up.
Yes, indeed. Look, that's the running joke in the black community, man. I
Man,
don't believe that
that is
completely.
so effed up, bro.
Yeah, look, yeah, and it's a running joke because, and then people start to believe that shit. I know it happened now. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
Oh, it
Mhm.
happens, bro.
Yeah, but they people believe it happens more than not. No, no, it's what you got roommates for. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
All right,
Hey, what we gonna do?
yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
So this I'm reaching with this segue, but
Let me
when
hook
I
my
sent
phone
out the
up.
notification for the pod, right, the question I asked was, and I'm paraphrasing, I can't remember completely, but the question I asked was, in our community, did we lose the ability to be courteous and treat each other uh, in a good way as a community? Did we lose that ability? Because just to really fill it in, we see now how people arguing you're arguing with your neighbors. You know, it used to be big old knockdown, drag out neighbor fights when we was growing up, right? But now it's gunplay because they don't know how to talk to each other. You know, the little young guys, that's in the street, they definitely don't know how to talk to nobody. And they go straight
Mm-mm.
to the gunplay. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And really and truly, it's over nothing.
Yeah.
It's over nothing. And what I mean by nothing is some things you could ignore and some things you didn't have to say, but you're trying to be the bigger person. So the question is, and we'll start with you, Keith, as a community, have we lost the ability to treat each other well?
You started with me.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. We haven't lost the ability to. No, I don't believe we've lost the ability to. I think we've become that way by design. Uh, One thing this day, right here where we at present, is social media and things like that because we don't interact. We don't have conversations. We date online. We text. So we're not used to socializing among each other. Before I come out and I was standing in we stand in the driveway or at the end of the driveway and speak to each other. I knew I knew who you were. I knew who Carson was. I knew who your family was. I knew, we knew each other. We conversated with each other. We knew each other's children and stuff. Now that's been taken away. Uh, so I believe that's been the biggest part of it. 'Cause we don't have a bartering system anymore like they used to have. If I can cut grass, if I can cut hair, you got a landscape cut company. I can cut you and your children's hair. You cut my grass. We looked out for each other. But with things like this, especially social media and things like that's caused a divide before us. And we don't know how to, we've learned, we've forgotten how to interact with them. And I'm kind of nervous about, I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. That's all I have right now.
I agree with you, Steve. I think it won't get any better if because we kind of totally rely on our social media. I mean, the younger we get, as far as, and Damon, you're next, as far as interacting, like say, okay, the simplest one, men and women interacting. Face to face is the most awkward thing I've ever seen when it comes to young people. But if they're doing communicating through Instagram, Snapchat, and all the different things like that, it's suave because there's no pressure because you're not face to face. Go ahead, Damon.
Now, trying to understand the question that you're asking, can you repeat it one more time?
Have we lost the ability to treat each other decently? Just in a
I think,
nutshell.
I think, in a nutshell, man, I think that we have been told, cajoled, and convinced that that's the case, but it's not the case. It's not. Because if you think about all the young cats, man, who thought they were pimps and thought they was all this and all that and was all about their life, had to come to a conclusion that I need somebody I can build something with. And they are actually out there building something with them. You might not be with the woman you had a baby with, but you're with the baby and you're building something. You know what I'm saying relationships and all of that. I think that we are the masters of that because if you look at it in a statistical way, black men take care of their babies more than anybody in this country.
Yep.
Take care of their babies more than anybody. That's just factual.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
there's this mechanism that tries to convince the world, not us, but the world, that that's not the case.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But think about your comrades, man, who got kids, who's not with their mothers. Do they take care of their babies?
okay.
I
Hey,
would.
don't stray away from the actual question. I get that.
No, no,
Uh,
no. This kind of coincides with it
okay.
because there's nuances to it, man. There's nuances because the problem with us as black people, we are convinced outside of us that we are the bad element, that we don't do this and we don't do that. And that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? We do our due diligence, go along with the program, we make things happen. But there's this element outside of here to make us the poster childs of everything bad, negative, which is not true. So if we get to the point where we understand what the reality is, you know what I'm saying, that we don't go against each other. We're not a bad element to each other. We take care of each other. You know what I'm saying? Case in point, we are able to mobilize and not go to Target and buy. You know what I'm saying? We are recognizing that we have that 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 unity and that strength, but there's so many different elements that's coming at us to convince us that we are not together when we really truly are, and we are the example for everybody.
Okay.
We are the example. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you in my circle, I know all the brothers who communicate with each other. Hey, man, I got a brother right now who's been doing sons and fathers events and stuff like that for the last 20 years,
Mm.
communicating with each other, getting businesses to put money into the program because it works. So yes, we communicate with each other. Yes, we make things happen. We just got this mechanism that try to convince the world that we are the bad element, where we are the example.
That's the quarter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I fall because I'm not like tooting my own horn or anything, man. But I go out of my way to be, a gentleman to everybody, especially black men. You know what I mean? We in some a lot of situations, man. We need to be shown how to do things, how to occupy a space, with different agendas, man, and not clash. You know what I mean? It's okay to stand on differing ideas or whatever. But I mean, I don't think we have that problem in our community any more than anybody else does. You know, you got to look at the numbers. I look at the numbers all the time. According to the job that I do. I mean, is there violence in the black community? There definitely is. I'm not excusing it and I'm not minimizing it. I'm saying, the violence in our community is human nature, just like it is in everybody else's community. You know, ours may be a little more entertaining and performative, but I mean, a neighborly dispute is a neighborly dispute. Sometimes neighbors fight, and sometimes the ending is tragic in all communities, not just ours. So as far as us communicating with each other and getting along, uh, brothers just gotta realize, man, that what you got going on, man, is not bigger than the program, man. Individuals are not bigger than the program, you
That's
know.
true.
You
So
got
you work for yours on your own time, man. But for God's sakes, it's your obligation to see the bigger picture and try to work towards that.
our problem is we always see ourselves in the bigger picture when what you need to do is be outside the bigger picture to actually see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not really trying to be a tongue twister, but it makes a lot of sense of what I just said. You got to step outside the big picture to actually see it. Keith, um,
Yeah.
I I know you answered it if I'm not mistaken, right?
Right.
Okay, well, I'm feeling the energy that you got a little follow up. Do you have a follow up?
Um.
I'm not pressuring you. It's just,
Yeah.
I
The,
saw you comment a little bit on Damon Quarry, um, um, not speeches, what was dialogue. But go
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. All I would say as a follow up is that a good way I've learned to look at things is from look at situations like that, like from a leadership. When I say leadership, I mean like say you're the king of the hill, so to speak. So when other people are giving you this energy, like they're better, well, how can I word this? find out. I'll try to find out where another person is coming from, and there's something else we don't do. So if I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, hey, we can work together on this, or we shouldn't be struggling. This is simple. If I can't get you or understand why you're doing it or not doing it, to make it easier for all of us, I want to try to get an understand, have a conversation with you, and try to understand why. What is your perspective? A person is it something you don't know any better, or what? And because education, I'll say education, I think, and media and stuff like that has a lot to do with us, me believing that we're separated like that.
Hmm.
So we just don't communicate. We don't communicate well. Experienced it when you and I were at East Wake. I remember it was two guys that was about to go at it, and it was the rumors, and everybody's on watch and stuff. And see, make and I think they had to they were asked to write a statement. The principal asked them to write a statement, and I read, and both the boys laughed. But I looked at them. I said, "No wonder y'all about to fight. Y'all can't communicate worth a damn. Y'all can't complete a sentence. So you probably just frustrated. You ain't got no choice but to start fighting." So I think that's kind of where we are, man. We just and it's we so divided, man. Just so divided.
Hmm.
Old versus young, men versus women, light skin, dark skin, albino, all this,
Hmm.
You said, "Bye."
and yeah, which white folks
Yeah.
don't know. White folks don't realize they albinos, but don't tell nobody.
Don't tell nobody, right?
Yes, they
Like,
albino. They us.
look, redheaded folks, they think they look white, but they black. Um,
Really?
my thing is this, and the best way I can put it is all five of us. I mean, it's four of us. All four of us. No, I got two screens up. I got confused. But all four of us know this individual. He was young, you know, ex-coworker, young, full of piss and vinegar, talking loud, you know, um, boisterous, look at me, look at me. And a
Mhm.
lot of it had to do with the fact that he was sheltered, right? So along the way, he discovered being loud is how you get people to pay attention to you, and you make so-called friends. So he and I used to always reel him in because I got a big personality too, but I'm like, look, you having a difficult time, and you coming to me wondering why you having a difficult time. Why is this man disrespecting me? Why is this? Why is that? Right? And I said, well, look, if you want me to tell you, are you going to listen,
Mhm.
or you just saying that just to, to be heard, right? So one
Mhm.
day we were talking, and he made a mistake with me and came out the wrong side of his mouth in front of people. Because
Mhm.
every time I talked to him, it was just me and him, right? And what I was doing, like, everything's cool, this, that, and that. Strong, you can't tell me nothing. And that was it. I was like, ooh, okay. I had to let him, I told him a little bit about himself. We ain't got to fucking talk no more. And we
Mhm.
didn't talk for 4, 5 years. I purposely did that because you, in the attempt to gain attention, tried to throw one of your allies under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
and your allies had to embarrass you in front of the people you were trying to impress. So one day we had a conversation, and he was saying the same thing. They out to get me. I'm tired of this. I don't understand why people are being this way, this, that, and the other. And I looked at him. I simply said, listen, turn your volume down.
Mm-hmm.
Say what? I said, turn your volume down. It's not what you say. It's how loud and how aggressive you say it. Because you are always on the offensive. I said, you're going to run into a man like me who's confident in himself, who ain't got no problem in letting you the fuck go. But my suggestion to you, take a deep breath and turn your volume down. Your energy volume and your voice volume. Because people are trying to find a reason not to respect you. So they can blame it on your loudness. They can blame it on your aggressiveness. So I said, are you good at your job? He said, hell yeah, I'm good. Okay, then what the fuck do you got to prove? Why do you go out of your way to prove it? You feel what I'm saying? And I offered that because I wasn't gonna say shit. Wasn't gonna say shit. You know what I mean? Because it's like, look, I don't want to be your enemy, but we damn sure ain't got to be communicating every day. Now, I'm not a guru. I just got confidence in who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying? And God taught me how to move through life as me. But yeah, I was thinking about that today. That's why I posed that question. That's why I put it on. That's why I put it on notification.
you know what's
Go ahead,
crazy
man.
about that, bro? You know
Go
what's
ahead.
crazy about that, bro? A month ago, I gave my life to Christ, and you know the only thing that God been telling me is that you don't know you don't know what you think you know. You need to take a step back, man, listen and learn. You can be confident all day, bro.
Yeah,
You can be confident all day. But if you're not willing to realize that maybe sometimes you might be the problem, what you gonna do with that?
That's not an easy pill to
hey,
swallow,
hey,
man.
hey,
For real. I,
hold on for one
I
second.
totally agree with you.
Let me just say this. I want to throw this in there. I was not critiquing that man. That man
No, I'm
asked
not. I'm
me to.
not saying
Nah,
that. I was
No,
just
no, no,
speaking in
no, no,
general, bro.
Damon, Damon. I'm agreeing with you and Jaquari. No, I just want to throw that in there because I don't want people to think that I was trying to help him to humble himself. He asked me a direct question, why? And I gave him my opinion. And when he turned his volume down, when he turned his volume down, what happened? Are you still there, Keith? When he turned his volume down, everything started to change for him because he became comfortable in his own skin. Like I said, I ain't no guru, but really and truly, I can tell you why I'm pissed off at you. You know what I'm saying? Why I feel you wronged me. You know why? Because God gave me the ability to know and be honest with who I am. That's it.
Go ahead, Spo. I want to hear what you had to say, man.
I'm sorry to cut you off before I have to go.
I can't remember. But I mean, it's nothing wrong with a little self assessment, man. I mean, a lot of times, A lot of times, especially with new groups or whatever, we just don't know. We just
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, you be around somebody, man, and damn, somebody stank.
Uh-huh.
Who the fuck is stanking? And then you wave by to somebody and you catch that whiff from your armpit. You like that's me. It's me. I'm stanking. It ain't easy to accept that shit. It's not easy to
It's
accept
not
it.
easy at all.
You know what I mean? So you got to figure out a way to ease. You got to figure out a way to ease out the spot. Without lifting your arms a little bit too much. So you humble yourself.
Yeah.
And look, it don't matter. It don't matter how many people told you smell good as you walked through when you first got there, but you didn't been there for a while, so you probably moved around and sweated a little bit, and things got to be unmanageable. That's just how life is.
Yes, sir.
The things that make you successful at first, you start to rely on those tools all the time, so you don't develop anything else.
You know
That's
what?
real.
So
That's
those
real.
things start to get tired and played out, and you become the watch out there now guy.
Right,
It
listen,
it, it, it gets old, so you got to reinvent yourself.
You did.
listen. I called somebody. I told him. I said, "Man, I'm in a great place, man. I'm good. I'm in a great place." And you, that person asked me, "How did you come to that conclusion?" And I said, "Because I thought about it, and I realized this is the best avenue I should take, and I'm okay with it." And they said, "Something caused you to do it. What was the cause?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Um, what caused you to speak out and take on this life and who you trying to be? What it caused you to do it? Because something did." And the thing they couldn't understand was that the thing they didn't recognize is that I made sure I waited, not in good times, bad times, but in the times where I said, it's time for me. Nothing caused me. I said, I didn't want to be a hypocrite because my life is good. I didn't want to be a hypocrite because my life was bad. I wanted to be that person to say, you know what? This is a time where I can focus on, okay, I've been through my trials and tribulations. I'm in a good place. And this is why I appreciate it. This is the reason why I appreciate it. And for the life of me, that person could not understand why I came to that conclusion. And I said, because I'm in a safe place. I'm not making any excuses. It just is what it is. I feel blessed. I feel this way. And I am grateful for that. Not because I expected anything, not because I'm hopeful bad situations work out. No, I'm in a good place. And I said, you know what? This is a time where I'm grateful. I recognize it. And I said, okay, I'm being blessed in this regard. And that's what it is.
Yeah, that
That's what it
person
is.
that person just wanted to argue, man.
That's it.
They just wanted to
Whether
argue.
whether they wanted to argue or not, my point is not to cut you off, brother. Whether or not they want to argue, whatever it is, people, if they have any type of interaction in their life, they come to a conclusion about you that they think is gospel, and they have no understanding that you have the understanding or the realization that what I realize that I'm blessed. Not because I'm getting something or because I'm trying to get something. I realize it because my trials and tribulations and I went through something and I persevered.
Hmm.
That's
Oh
what
yeah.
they don't, that's what most of us don't recognize about each other.
Basically, I'm blessed because I'm just too tired. I'm just tired of suffering. So I've chosen to be blessed. And there's nothing you
Yes,
can
sir.
say. There's nothing you can say to tarnish that.
And that's the thing. When we feel good, that's a part of communication too. When we feel good and we tell you we feel good, to me, my humble opinion is the wrong answer is why do you feel good?
Yeah,
When you can simply say, oh man, I'm happy for you.
I'm happy for you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? even if it's not in sincerity, damn, that's the next thing to say. Because if you're not happy, you want company in your misery.
Hey, in terms of the purview that you in and where you at, I can't really understand it because I'm not there. Then simply say you ain't there.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Because before I even mentioned it to you, we didn't even have this discussion. But your initial response to me is that, well, why? It's the reason why you're there. My reason is not predicated on you thinking that I'm struggling through some shit. My reason is that I came to the conclusion. I said, okay, now's the time for me to appreciate my life. Ain't got nothing to do with what happened in the past or what might happen in the future. In real time, I feel blessed. And I was like, okay, I can speak on this shit.
Hmm.
Let's have that conversation and understand the person who's been through the trials and tribulations, who can come to that point and say, hey man, in spite of, I'm good. Don't
Yeah,
search for a reason,
you have.
except that I'm telling you.
My fault. You have to think about this. Our journey, the Armstrong and the Barnes, our journey is such that I recognize and I really applaud other people's happiness. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I'm always looking for hope because I know what it felt like when it didn't feel like hope, and that's because of youth not feeling that way. Because when we get older, what do we know? What do we learn the most? Especially when we are logical human beings, we learn how to live. It's what we learn how to do. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's different little, different avenues and appendages that goes with our life that shapes us into our own personality, individual personality. But man, we learn how to live, man. You know, that is a blessing on blessing. Keith Barnes, we appreciate you, brother, because you still trying to get in. We know you're on the road, but there you go. There you go.
He
He's
got.
back,
I
ladies
bet
and
you got a
gentlemen.
There you
whole
go.
lot to say.
Yeah, I had to shut it all the way down, man. I don't know what the big brother was doing to me.
Yeah, yeah. But we got a couple of other things I want to address, guys. This, I wanted to mix in the the thoughtful and the serious with the lighthearted also, right? I'm gonna hit you with another serious one. You guys, in social media, did you see? I believe it might have been somewhere in the Midwest. I'm thinking it's Chicago, but somewhere in the Midwest where there was a domestic. A lady was out in front of her house arguing with, excuse the ringing guy, arguing with her baby's father, right? And I believe it's her girlfriend became, hold on for a second, man. This is rude. Phone, phone, quit being rude.
He answered the phone in the middle of a show. Lord have mercy.
Mute your joint. Hey man, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Every time, it's ringing, having them landlines, they ring about 10 times. But I, it read, the caption read, and I'm not sure, maybe it might have been her sister, but the captain read, the stud gets involved in the domestic between the father of the child and the mother of the child. And they stand in the front of the house, right? So
Okay.
the gay woman turns back and said, says and paraphrasing, now forget this, da 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 da, goes in the house. And the man still arguing with the mother of his child, right? She comes out, has a pistol in her hand,
Wow.
and she comes out and starts chattering, and you this and da 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 da, and point the gun at the man. The man had his own gun. Then they got into a shootout. She got shot, and she was shooting at him. He ran around the car. His buddy took off down the street. Now, as they were firing, the mother of the child, she got hit.
She got hit right. Right.
She got hit. She ran in the house, and you can hear her say, "I got hit." Right? The girlfriend or sister fell on the ground because he shot her. Right?
Wow.
And she shot, and she emptied her magazine because his car was right in front of the house. Emptied her magazine, and I guess the pain got to her because hot bullets burn, and she threw her gun. So the man saw her throw the gun. He came and shot her three more times while she was on the ground. Boom, boom, boom. Then he got in the car. He said, "B, you put a gun on me," and he drove off.
Well,
My question to you is this: what what was wrong with that picture from beginning to end? That's why I made sure that I explained everything. If you hadn't seen it, I explained every part of the interaction. What went wrong? We'll start with you, Damon, because I think you've seen it.
I think what started with me, man, is that the female wanted to, what I'm saying, make a point. But where it went wrong at is that it went from manslaughter to it went from self defense to manslaughter. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know the part that was she threw her gun. So if
Yeah,
she threw
yeah,
her gun, he had no business shooting her three more times, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He could have got himself out of harm's way.
I think that was when I think it was shaky. I'm not sure if she's dead, but I think that's when
Yeah,
he
she died.
killed her. Yeah,
Yeah, she died.
that's
She
when he
died for
killed her
long.
right there. He had a
Yeah.
chance before she threw the gun.
So I leave that up to law enforcement. So I'm listening to y'all brothers, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think.
But no, my point is, what is your critique of the whole scenario, bro?
Old girl went in the house and got the gun. Did he brandish the gun before she went in the house?
No, not that I can
So
see.
so she was the antagonist then.
Yeah, okay. So This is what I'm looking for. Do you think she had no business doing that, or do you think she was in the right?
I think she had no business doing that whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? And it cost her a life.
Especially if she wasn't going to use it, because the only reason why she started shooting back is because he started shooting at her. She pointed the gun at him, and she started shooting back. Anything else to add?
I don't have anything else.
Keith, what do you think?
Yeah, that was simmering the entire time. They'd been simmering for a while. They probably had come close before. May have even pulled a gun on each other before,
Uh,
or threatened it.
I
And
didn't think about that.
she had no idea it was gonna go that far. She thought it was gonna go out there and just like
yeah,
pop a couple of times, and then call the police. He kind of hide, maybe shoot a couple up in the air, but she did not expect it to go that far. Because when she got hit, that's when reality kicked. That's why she threw the gun. She was like, oh, okay.
it was empty too. That's why she
It
threw
was,
it.
yeah. It was like, okay, okay, all right,
like
time
a
out, time out, time out.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
she
Yeah,
pulled the time out, Keith. That's what she
yeah,
did. And I'm
yeah,
not making light of it, but that's what happened though.
Like a James Bond movie and shit. Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
terrible, man.
You start some shit, stank come
It
with it.
was bad, man.
It was a horrible thing to see, man. To be honest
It
with
was
you.
truly unfortunate.
But yeah, he was
But he
I don't know what's going on with him. He went, he just lost it.
and see and Damon, you were right. If it went from self defense to murder. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because all he had to do was get in his car. Because he saw, I believe he saw her throw that gun. You know what I'm saying?
That's
The
what it sounds
quarry,
like. If he ran it close. Yeah.
the quarry. What do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely a tragic situation. I mean, I believe her and the mother were together. They were a couple,
Okay,
and that baby
I believe
mama,
that too.
yeah, baby mama, baby drama, baby daddy drama is always prevalent, man. Everywhere, and you know, as a step parent or whatever you want to call it, or whatever, somebody who's co-parenting with somebody who's living with somebody who's co-parenting with somebody else. It's a very fine line of how you got to go. Do you
Right.
get do you get involved with the mess? Do you stand around and let this person berate and belittle the person that you lay with, or do you do something about it?
yeah,
You know,
Yeah, that part, bro.
yeah.
Real talk. When you think about it, you're absolutely right.
it's just
Were there prior discussions, man, where the sister felt she had to go in the house and get a weapon?
I think they were just trying to. He was trying to, I guess either come and get the child or whatever, and they sitting there arguing. That's what it seemed like. But see, I wasn't there. Being in law enforcement, that's the one thing me and Keith know. You can't base it off the 1 minute clip that you see because a lot of stuff transpires before.
That's what your court just said.
Yeah. Um, my opinion is two things. I wish he hadn't gone in the house because he pushed
Right.
past the man of the house. So you can hear maybe the father figure like, "Yo, what's going on? What y'all doing?" He pushed right past him, grabbed the gun. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the one who opened up the door. And I think that
That's crazy.
he probably would have had he had time, he could have stepped out there and diffused it. But I wish he
Yeah.
hadn't done that, man, because it was an unnecessary loss of life. No, unnecessary loss of two lives, three lives. The baby involved, the young lady who got killed, and the young man who got shot and going to jail. You know what
yeah,
I'm
Oh,
saying?
well,
so he got shot too?
Yeah, he got shot when he was running away.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So that
So
so the plot thickens then.
The whole triangle, everybody got shot.
so he can't even claim like a crime of passion, can
He probably could, but coming back,
Yeah.
coming back before he got in the car, because it's recorded.
he?
You could see her throw the gun, and he was standing right there when she did it. You know what I'm saying? But they was in a gun battle. They was in a firefight, man, and stuff happened. And either he was a veteran at those kind of shootouts, right, or he played it in his mind that that's what he should do because of it. You feel what I'm saying?
But because simply the fact that he was shot, he was just trying to neutralize the situation. You can argue all sides, man.
I get
You
that.
know what I'm saying?
A lawyer,
As a novice, that's what I'm saying. But I
yeah.
don't know the law. I mean, he should have just drove off. I don't know.
I think he should have drove off. He ain't shot her, and he got a chance to get in the car and leave. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
that's the Monday morning
yeah,
quarterback. But me and Keith, we looking at it from a law enforcement eye. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Yeah, and I think you guys, because I got common sense, looking at it the same way.
yeah. I didn't know he got shot. I mean
I
that
ain't
for
even.
me for me that creates a whole new wrinkle, man. Because he didn't give a shit about saving his own life.
Mm,
He
He
wanted he
might have been
wanted
on some vengeance shit.
he wanted revenge
Right.
for
I
for
get
for
it.
the situation. So
I get it. Anything
It's
else
crazy.
before we move on?
no, no, that's well, I learned a long time ago, but is
Speak
my
up a little
dog.
bit, Keith.
I can't hear him, man.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry.
I got you, Sloop. You
Oh,
one of them old men.
yeah.
I
Oh,
can't hear
I
you.
can't. I
okay.
can't hear him, bro. I'll be honest
You
with you.
got me. You got me there.
He could be saying
You
some
got me there.
profound shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Broke clock. What? A broke clock, right? That's what he
Yeah,
said.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. We
No,
can
but
hear you a little better now, man. Go ahead.
okay. Yeah. All I was saying was that tell for people that's listening, if you having a dispute and somebody all of a sudden leave the room or go back in the house, that's a good time to go ahead
Yeah,
and roll out.
yeah.
Just
mhm.
go ahead and roll out
Oh
and
yeah.
save yourself because you can gauge how heated the argument is. But you mid argument, it's like get up, leave the room, or leave, go back in the house, something like that. Yeah, it's time to go. So if you argue, you ain't having no conversation and you ain't solving nothing anyway. So
That's real.
you ain't missing nothing by leaving.
Okay. So moving on from this sad situation. I guess, and it's still law enforcement related, but I'm going to set it up, and I'm wondering if you guys saw this. Detroit. Now this is home team, man. This was
I watched it.
really truly bothered me.
I
Detroit
watched it.
police officer appearing for court on Zoom. Right now, this brother is a brother. Now this brother got his uniform top on. Right, he's sitting on his couch, and the judge is there, and the DA is there. Right, and I guess he don't know how to use a phone because they show him sitting up there and he's in his drawer with a uniform on, getting ready to testify to the judge. The judge says, he said, yeah, tell us because what people tell you when we go to court, they always ask us is the DA or the defensive court, the defense attorney or the judge will ask us, tell us the breakdown, tell us where we work, our experience, and all of that. So he rattled it off. It was nice and smooth. And the judge said, "Oh, okay, that's fine." Then he said, "Officer so and so, you don't have no pants on." Hey, look, but he kept it a G. He said, "No, sir."
He told the truth. He told the truth.
He was on the host.
So,
That's crazy, man.
what's Jaquan? We'll start with you. What's your overall impression of that?
I mean, it COVID and the Zoom phenomenon, man, has relaxed business to a point, man, where it happens. I understand. I understand. Well, sitting around your house in the middle of the day in your underwear is kind of different to me. They put you some shorts on or something, man. Not but because I done been on work meetings and shit like this, like because I done muted the sound and shit, and I forgot to mute the camera. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh shit.
I can see how it happened, man. But I mean, he stood on it and told the truth because he was there, you know, on candid camera.
Yeah.
Are you in your underwear? Yes, sir.
Right, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope he still got. I hope he still got his job.
You know,
Oh no,
you know they wrote him up at least. You know what I'm
he got rolled up for
saying?
was it conduct? Not conduct, but
Jackassery.
you know how you're supposed to always make yourself presentable as law
You
enforcement
do.
and stuff like
You
that.
do.
I can see you get rolled up for that.
That was it. That was it. And then getting joked on. Um,
Oh,
Chief.
you know he gonna
Never
get
live that down.
clown until he
Oh yeah.
retire.
He is never gonna live that down.
Oh no. Oh no.
Because look,
Oh
it
yeah.
went viral. So you know it's gonna take its spin at least twice a year around the world, y'all.
Hey, if he would have said it would have made it lighter, bro. Real talk. When the judge asked him, he said, "Got to be more careful."
Got to be more careful.
He would have said that, then I could see him get a break, bro. But come on, man. Real talk.
Yeah, yeah.
He was
Chief.
nonchalant, man, and got caught with his. He literally got caught without his pants on, bro.
Yeah, ain't that
Real
thing,
talk.
hey, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Hey yo, I would have just I would have passed out like, oh.
Where am I?
No, hey, spoke. You
Oh.
know what I said when the judge hit me up. I said, "Excuse me." That's the first thing that came out of my mouth.
Oh,
Excuse me, y'all. Hey, forgive me.
yeah.
Hey, you know how many times I've been on this podcast, man, with a top on and some shorts, shit.
Mm.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I had the wherewithal to hit the camera before I stood up. You know what I'm saying? It was one of them situations, bro.
You
It
know,
was one of them situations.
this
So I don't think
AI.
he was a perv.
Okay, hold on for a second, guys.
Mm. Man, oh man, oh man.
I don't think he was a perv, man. He just got caught without his pants on, bro. That's
Yeah,
all.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's really yell out. That's AI. That's AI.
Look, that's one of those situations, man, that's gonna make him better at
Is it
everything.
on your?
He gonna look. He gonna from this point on, at least for a little while, he gonna be dotting all his T's and crossing all his I's
Oh yeah.
for real.
His new name is Quick Draw. Quick Draw.
he gonna be on the task force where everybody got their shirts on and shit,
Yeah.
shoes polished.
Uh, oh shit.
He gonna volunteer for that, bro. For real.
Before we move on, Keith, do you have anything?
No, that's what I was saying. I said, no, all I could do is just not Google, man. So, no, I couldn't have done it. As much as I clown around with people, I couldn't have done it. I'd have been done.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know, Keith, you can tell, when you know for a fact, in that line of work, you could you could go 20 years and just save people and do all kind of courageous or heroic things. And that one incident right there, that's
It's
all
gonna
they'll
follow
remember.
you.
That's
It wipes
crazy.
all that up and say about, yeah, you could have
I'm
saved the
talking about
world.
you. You could save a burning house filled like
Yeah.
10 family members.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah.
Hey, hey, no. Hey, look, you get your medal. You get your medal. Chief is shaking your hand, and it's like three officers in the crowd clapping for us. You know
Yeah.
he's gonna go with his
Hey,
dog on.
everybody,
Yeah.
everybody with their pants down to their ankles and shit.
Yeah. Hey yo. Hey, man,
What's the dress code?
give it up for Captain Underwear.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
you
that's
know,
crazy, man.
Anything else before we move on? Okay. Chauncey Billups, man, the betting scandal, him being arrested for I guess the poker games with the La Costa Nostra. Y'all familiar with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just in case anybody, let me just say, the Chauncey Billups, Rozier, who's still actively playing, and Damon Jones were the first three prominent NBA guys. Two of them was the coaches, and one is still playing, getting arrested for gambling, right? Chauncey, Chauncey is accused of being the face of rigged poker games. He's a celebrity to lure people in while they're using, um, uh, the shuffling machines, rigged shuffling machines, and different things like that, right? It might be some more, but that's the one thing that I consistently hear about Chauncey. Rozier, the active player, they talking about, he went old school on us, dog. In the game, messing with the over and the under. You know what I'm saying? Dribbling the ball up the street and shooting the ball over the basket. I'm exaggerating, but that's basically what they pulling up old clips of this stuff looking obvious. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to figure out how he ain't got his legs broke doing business like that.
Yeah.
Hell, that's probably why he was doing it. But that's why I think they were. That's why they all were doing it, right? Because I know Billups. You know the routine, man. There's a friendly game. They hooked him, but because he won some money, and then the next thing you know, he comes in and he owes close to $1 million. Like, look, all you got to do is give me, tell me who's injured. You know what I'm saying? Who's injured? Who's this? Who's that? That's how the mafia works when it comes to the rigging those basketball games. Because basketball games are the easiest thing because they go after the stars or some of the main players.
Right. Right.
You know. So what is your is a two-part question? First of all, what is your opinion about what happened? And then second thing, how do you think this will affect the NBA? Because they say there's more coming down the pipe. Keith, we'll start with you.
Uh, well, the first thing, I don't think it will really affect the NBA. I don't think overall it won't affect the NBA, and I see it as a distraction. My whole point was how did they even make the news? I mean,
I can't
okay,
hear you, Keith.
okay, is that better? I'm sorry.
Can y'all hear
No,
me?
no, you don't have to. Yeah, we can hear 'em. I told you, you
Is that
got them
better?
old ass ears. But hey, can you
Okay,
bring it just a little closer though, bro?
okay. Can you hear me now? Better? Hold on,
I can hear you a little bit.
let me move this up some. Yeah, if that's better,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can hear
yeah.
you.
okay. Yeah, first of all, I don't know how that even made the news. That's
Oh, it's
something
it's, it's gigantic though, Keith.
that's going. We got DraftKings. We got all kinds of gambling stuff going on, and so I don't see how it's going to affect how this incident is going to needed to have the man on blast, all on TV, and his job at risk.
Oh
It
shit,
reminds me
his
a lot
job
of
is
the other.
gone.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
it
going to say.
gone. They just leaving out to hang.
Pete, it reminds me of the Pete Rose stuff a little bit, but just on another level. And they talking about there's more coming down the pipe. Man, this ain't nothing new. This
No,
ain't
it's not.
nothing new. So that's my whole thing. I don't know why is this even on TV? that's something y'all can handle in house. They can have that in the house. And why? It must be something interesting because what I heard also was that one of them, like with the poker games, they were saying they had some high tech cheating going on. Like it was the table was had like X-ray type equipment in it,
Yeah.
so where you
Glasses.
could actually, yeah, you could see the cards. You could actually see the cards. The people, everybody playing. When you put your cards face down on the table, then they can see your own hand. So it was some high tech cheating going on. But then they kept throwing the mafia in there. So I'm saying, why are these brothers on the TV? The mafia ain't on the TV.
You're right.
They're not gonna be on the TV. So why are they the face of it?
I
And
agree.
then you going after the NBA, which just I'm gonna see how many brothers is on the list in comparison to everybody else.
That's a good point.
Um,
I just don't
I'm gonna
believe
go
the
to you
brothers got
next.
together.
Okay. Hey, Fluke, I'm gonna go to Jaquari next because you know he got that flash. He's been turning it up frequently. So I don't want to be Fluke. I don't want
Wow.
his answer to be like, "I did not say that."
Well, hey, I want to hear what he got to say.
That did that. No, but
I want to hear what he got to say now.
Jaquari, um, two-part question. What's your opinion about it, and how do you think it will affect the NBA?
Well, my opinion is, man. I mean, they got caught slipping. I mean, if all the allegations are true, then I'm quite sure Johnny Law is going to do his job. You know, I agree. I totally agree with Keith when when he asked about the other players. You know, they're the face of a mafia sponsored poker game. Well, who are the mafia figures? I'd like to know that because they need to atone for some things too. You know, it was a criminal enterprise apparently. So all the criminals need to be punished accordingly.
Yeah,
As far as future ramifications for the NBA. Well, yeah, I mean, there's going to be harsh ramifications because these are black millionaires. There's no other way to put a muzzle on black millionaires other than through their pocketbooks, other than through regulations and penalties and shit. So I mean, yeah, there's going to be some heavy stuff coming down the line for
yeah. I mean, especially I look at the timing of it because you can look at it negative and positive. The NBA having what was it? What's the different joint? FanDuel. What's the other one? The NBA having a partnership with them, and these NBA players are spokesmen for. So it's I guess they either trying to clean it up, put some kind of regulation on what involvement and all that. You know what I mean?
They got they got Blake Griffin as the face of the fan dude, for God's sake.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. All right. Last question of the day.
No, no, I ain't gonna answer, man. Because I think,
I
man,
thought that's what you were doing. My fault.
no, no, that was a joke.
Oh, okay. Go
Here's
ahead,
what I'm
Danny.
saying. Here's what I'm saying. When you spoke about Chauncey Billups with the card playing and all that stuff, I had no idea of any of this stuff, man. Because when you first brought the question to me, you know what I thought about was load management, man. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? Load management is the easy way for the mob or whoever to infiltrate. You know what I'm saying? If you got to start playing whatever who decides I'm a load manager and not play, then you can bet off of that. You know what I'm saying? Because isn't it random?
that's
You know what
real.
I'm saying? You got games to play in between. Hey, I choose not to play. You can bet on that. Start playing, not playing, so on and so forth. So that's what I thought about Chauncey Billups. I didn't think about whatever. And the other thing, the last point. The other thing I thought about was Gilbert Arenas.
I thought he dropped down, didn't you?
Yeah, I did too. I did too. But I like Gilbert, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
That's why I went to load management, man. You know, and that's the easiest thing to bet on. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to show up and who's not? You know what I'm saying? And it's baked in, right?
yeah, yeah. Hey, but you look with Gilbert, him and Chauncey got two different mafia families. I think he is the Russian or Jewish mafia with Gilbert, and and Chauncey is the Italian mob.
I ain't think the Italians had it like that no more. To be honest with you,
They just betting. That's all the fuck they're doing, you
they
know.
underground like a motherfucker. Excuse my language.
So you done, Danny?
Yeah.
Okay. Last thing of the day, going back to the same thing from earlier, communication wise, what would you tell from the age that you are now? What would you tell your 18-year-old self? Two important things, and I'm gonna let it marinate on. I'm gonna talk it up a little bit. Two things that you to better your position, keep your position the same, or to brace yourself from things to come. What are two things you would tell your 18-year-old self? Because I think it's important, and you know it's a cheat code if you're able to go back in time because there's no guarantee you're gonna do better. But I'm just speaking from uh, how you look at yourself today
As it pertains to what, bro?
as your life, man. Your life.
Oh,
What
so
would
we're
you
not
tell
talking about
yourself?
basketball. You're not talking about basketball. You're talking
No,
about
no, we're not
general.
talking about basketball. No, no, we ain't talking about
Okay.
basketball. Talking about your life. You. You know what I'm saying? You know when you were filled with piss and vinegar. You know what I'm saying? When the wind blows, you make an impression. When the wind blows real hard, you get the impression of a 50-cent chisel.
Thinking with the
Um,
wrong head, huh, bro?
but that's my point. You're 18, so you know what I mean. But my point is, and it don't have to be too deep. What are the two things you would tell yourself to remember? The cheat sheet from here. When you giving yourself the cheat sheet, what would it be? And you know, we can take a second or two, and whoever's ready, matter of fact, I'll go first. My first one is trust my intelligence and my intuition. That's my first one. I would tell myself, trust myself in the things that I see, right? Second, the second is I gotta think about that for a second. The second is enjoy my life a lot more than I did. I enjoyed myself in my life, but but I I was too serious. Marcus says invest early and follow your instincts. This is what Marcus Smith says. Whoever's ready, you can go.
I
What
would
I would,
say, man. Oh, go ahead, Keith. I'm sorry.
oh, no, go ahead. You good. Go ahead.
I would tell me, man, that the worst day you experience in your 18 years ain't gonna matter in 5. So don't let it stunt you for 10.
Oh shit. Number question, boy.
Yeah. And just to let it go, man. Whatever it is, whatever it is you believe is an anchor around your neck, let it go because it don't matter. If you feel you've been affronted by somebody, you gotta let it go because they've already forgotten about it.
Or hold it against you for how long.
Yeah.
I agree
Hey,
with that.
um, before the next person go, another friend of the show, Chat Live Matter. He peeked in real quick. He says, "Your parents are just people, so forgive them now, and spend as much time with the people you love as possible." And hold on, I got another one. Carson Armstrong says, "Me personally, I'm not 18 just yet, but I would say, firstly, get rid of any distraction that will be detrimental to your health physically, spiritually, and mentally. Second thing would be, of course, be your own true person, because anyone will try to break you because you're an official adult."
Yeah, let it go.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
Great, great,
profound, man.
great,
Hey,
great comment, Carson. Good
good
job, bro.
comment, nephew. Love you,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Appreciate
Love you, man.
hearing that.
Absolutely. And he got commas and shit in there.
He can write. He
Yeah,
gonna be an author.
yeah. He gonna do something.
All
Yeah,
right, now that's enough.
Carson is a friend of the show, and Carson is my youngest son. So
Right.
great
God
job,
damn,
son.
don't have me defending my nephew on here.
No, no, no. Hey,
Say
look.
it, nephew. God damn it.
Yeah. First of all, me and Jaquari was complimentary of him. Now, come on, now.
All right,
That raw nerve.
I still take it personal.
Cause because him being he's 16, he 15.
17.
Damn, 17. Damn. Him being 17 years old, he's bilingual, right? He's he can write in regular English and text.
And
That's
writing
real.
cursive too.
That's real.
And writing cursive too. Number three, how many older cats has been through what he been through and persevered? Fuck out of here.
Yeah, yeah. So who's next?
I'll say this, man. For me, number one, the one thing that I learned in my 60 years of life, man, it's never about anybody else, man. It's you learning from your mistakes, persevering, gaining wisdom. That's what it is. Everybody has their opinion about you and what they think, and that might be way off from the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? What you go through is what you go through. That's nobody else's experience. So how the hell they gonna speak on it? You know what I'm saying? You have to have the wherewithal to not take offense to somebody who's trying to be righteous in your life. You know what I'm saying? And understanding that what you're going through is personal. It's personal. And it's what you gather from it in order to be a better person. So it's a long journey. It's not one situation, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? People that's in your life have to be patient and see the outcome, the true outcome, with you understanding what you're going through and who you're trying to be. Second part of it is, man, I don't give a damn about none of that shit. The only thing I care about is what I'm working through, what I'm dealing with, and how I support. The support comes from a place where not being supported. I know what that feels like.
So this is what you're telling your 18-year-old self.
Yes,
Okay.
my 18-year-old self, man, nobody ever gave me the exact answer. They can talk around it or speculate on it, But it doesn't matter unless they understand what I've been through. Now, if you want to have that discussion, what I've been through, you want to have that discussion, we can talk about it.
Yeah,
But you're still going to be about your opinion about me.
gotcha.
You're still going to be about your opinion about me. But you're going to have a opinion about the choices I make, bad or good. You're going to still have an opinion about it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having that mindset of let's wait and see how this dude do. And either way, you still have an opinion, right?
That's true. That's true.
Either way, you're still going to have an opinion. Just wait and see what I do and see the results. Then judge. But don't lead with that because when you lead with that, you're just being about yourself.
Yeah.
Even if it's out of love, don't make mistakes I made. You know what I'm saying?
That's
You're going to
true.
be there.
Before you go, Keith, I'm gonna read this. The Free Show chat line. He said, "That's your son. That's beautiful. I wish I could have got my father to talk like this and with his brothers. These conversations will be around a long time after we're all gone." And he also says, "You guys are speaking to your great, great, great grandchildren right now." I had to put that in there, man, because that was a beautiful, beautiful statement, man. We appreciate you, Jack, for real. Because it's all about communication, though, ain't it? You know, listening and communicating, bro. You know what I mean? Peace.
Yes, sir. Yeah, what I would say is, young man, you are good enough. You are good enough. You don't need validation. And nothing is what it nothing is what it seems. Make sure you don't accept things at face value. Read and be curious. Investigate. Confirm what you see here. Make sure all make sure all your senses are in sync. Don't just go off what you see, what you feel, or make sure everything is lining up. Yeah, that was one thing I'd say. And the other thing I would say is live your life like you're passing through. Don't get bogged down with, don't try to set roots and be established like you're going to be here for a while. It's a day to day process. So live your life like you're passing through. Make the most of each day and be happy.
Life is short.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Um,
it.
Little bit of housekeeping before we go. Please go to our YouTube channel, Strong Perspective Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate you. Hey, listen, if you're looking at it on YouTube, please leave your comments in. I'll do my best to get back to you and respond if you have any questions. And if anyone wants to participate, men and women, because we haven't had a woman on in a long time, and we need to hear that point of view. You know what I mean? I was talking to a good friend of mine. She wrote, she's an activist. She wrote books and different things like that. Uh, a real good human being. She said, "Well, I thought your show was just for men." I said, "Well, no, you haven't been watching this early on. We had many, many women on our show. We just ran out." You know what I'm saying? So if you know anybody who wants to come on, let us know. We'll talk about it. Hey, look, and we will debate a little bit, but we ain't gonna sit up there and argue nonsensical points. But we want to listen to what you have to say, though. And I'm not just speaking about women; I'm talking about men too. We want to hear what you have to say because we promote communication. It's what we do here. We promote it. You know, I hate the word humble. Hate the word humble, but in this case, I would say that we humble our energy. They come on here every Friday to grow. And we appreciate everyone. Chat Live, Carson, Marcus, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Chief, Keith, Damon, Jaquari, great job as always. Any last words before we go?
Gentlemen, I've thoroughly enjoyed the conversation and I look forward to the next. Y'all be safe.
Man, as always, I appreciate you all having me. This has been awesome. Uh, you helped me. 'Cause, actually almost in Florida now. So,
That's
so
what's
now,
up.
yeah, so now I don't have to just listen to the humming. I had some good conversation.
Oh yeah.
So I appreciate that, and I actually did learn a lot. Oh, and the most important thing, I do have my pants on. So,
That's real. That's real. Damon, last word.
I appreciate the conversation, man, but I also appreciate my nephew sharing, man. This is the beginning of a relationship between us, man. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for giving your opinion, man. This is a rite of passage, man, between me and you. So let's see what happens next, bro.
All right, this Strong Perspective podcast, like I said, goes like share, subscribe. We're here every Friday at 7:30. Tune in and hit me up if you want to come on. And if you, especially if you want to have something to talk about, and we'll chat it up, and then we'll go from there. The Strong Perspective podcast. Enjoy your weekend. Peace.